Dashan was an extraordinarily handsome man, known for his striking Mediterranean hairstyle. In a serene moment with his son, the distant caw of a crow shattered their tranquility. Dashan expertly hurled a boomerang, not to harm, but to frighten away an encroaching pig, demonstrating a philosophy of coexistence. No need for needless slaughter if the fields remained unharmed. Adopted by his foster father, Dashan grew up, married, and had a family, enjoying a life of contentment. His enchanting wife enriched his days, and he anticipated their lives of mutual support and love to continue happily. However, destiny had other plans. One fateful day, his wife and son went to visit her family, a trip that would alter their future. Left alone, Dashan spent his time chopping wood, but an unexplained unease gnawed at him, as if ghostly presences surrounded their home. Despite thorough searches, he found nothing amiss. His discomfort soon proved prophetic when mysterious masked creatures ambushed him. These beings, though humanoid, wore armor and were distinctively different. Fortunately, Dashan, a natural warrior with remarkable combat prowess, swiftly dispatched several of these monstrous assailants with ease. However, this incident was only the beginning of a series of challenges that awaited Dashan and his family. Dashan found himself caught in a fierce battle, wielding a knife to fend off relentless monsters, those strange beings seemingly immune to pain. Having managed to defeat them one by one, Dashan was jolted by the sight of thick black smoke emanating from his foster father's home. He rushed over, expertly deploying his boomerang to knock down multiple lamp fixtures, marveling at its uncanny return. Armed with a long knife, Dashan fought alongside his foster father, Old Dun, whose prowess belied his age, matching Dashan's own skills. Together, and aided by a celestial weapon, they swiftly eliminated the monstrous threat. Concerned for Kier's well-being, Dashan meant to head to his father-in-law's immediately, but his foster father was adamant about accompanying him, not just because the house had burned, but out of worry for Dashan's safety. Meanwhile, at the father-in-law's place, Dashan's wife faced her own dire situation, spotting an approaching horde of monsters. In a desperate bid to warn the villagers, they tried banging bricks while urging their father to flee with their son. When Dashan and his foster father arrived, they found themselves overwhelmed by opposition numbers. Dashan's impressive knife skills allowed him to strike down foes with each move, but soon he became a target. A malevolent sorcery saw a mounted creature attempt a sneak attack on Dashan, but thanks to his quick reflexes, he evaded a deadly strike. In that chilling moment, Dashan seemed invincible, slicing down adversaries as if destiny favored him. In the aftermath of a monstrous attack, Dashan faced devastating losses. His wife was captured, and his son brutally killed. The next day, amidst grief, Dashan and his brother-in-law buried their family, vowing revenge. Despite the king's offer to rally an army, Dashan distrusted his motives, suspecting self-preservation over genuine concern. Refusing to join, Dashan, his foster father, and brother-in-law set off alone through treacherous terrains. Just as victory seemed near, a mysterious force ensnared them, leaving their fate uncertain as they hovered helplessly above the forest floor. 3 comrades, having entered a mysterious forest, were attacked by strange vine. Suddenly, fairy-like women descended, stunning the trio. Overwhelmed by their beauty, Dashan threw a spinning lure causing a distraction, then somersaulted and intervened. Realizing they were just passing through, the women released the 2 captives, not only refraining from troubling them, but also revealing the monster reason. Enthusiastically, they escorted them to the enemy's base. As the women left, they were ambushed by a monster sentinel. However, they quickly managed the situation, formulating a clever strategy. Dashan's godfather and brother-in-law donned monster armor to disguise themselves as Dashan's escorts, infiltrating the fortress. After a brief search, they found the imprisoned wife and daughter. Just as rescue seemed imminent, Dashan was knocked unconscious by a guard. The next day, the king's army prepared for a decisive battle against the monsters. Meanwhile, Dashan awoke not to instant death, but by being suspended by the enemy mage's puppet, setting the stage for what was to come. Amidst these revelations, it was clear the enemy had greatly underestimated Dashan. Their intention to let him hang was futile, as he broke free with a powerful kick, seizing a knife to defeat his captor. His escape from the tree left him momentarily dazed. Back at home, Dashan's wife awoke, and upon seeing her brother-in-law, understood silently the tragic fate of their child, overwhelmed with grief. Just as Dashan seemed doomed himself, he was rescued by the king's wizard, who had foreseen this danger. The wizard led him to the king's camp where skepticism awaited. The soldiers mistook him for a coward, until the wizard unveiled Dashan's secret identity as the king's long-lost son, separated due to war 3 decades earlier. But Dashan felt no connection to the king or desire for the throne. With the wizard's guidance, he reluctantly chose to stay, grasping the broader consequences that defeat could bring. Desolation for all. Soon, Dashan embarked on a campaign with the military. As clashing forces converged, battles erupted instantly. Arrows rained down, decimating the mindless warriors, leading to severe losses. Unified in purpose, Dashan's presence was pivotal, reshaping the tides of war in unexpected ways. Dashan bravely led the charge into battle, unleashing devastating tactics. His precision in launching soldiers like projectiles severely damaged the enemy. Despite the enemy using fireballs and heavy weaponry, Dashan noticed a leader coordinating their attacks. He and Lao He swiftly targeted the lead monster, aiming to dismantle their organization and turn the tide of battle. The man seized his chance and threw his spear, hitting the enemy commander. Then, he sprinted forward, leapt, and beheaded him. Suddenly, a traitor's deadly arrow knocked the king from his horse. Dashan and the wizard rushed to help him retreat, infuriating Dashan, who then showcased his exceptional lingbo step, kicking off an enemy before decapitating him. Another horseman attacked, but Dashan's nimbleness allowed him to dodge and ultimately defeat him with formidable swordsmanship. Back at camp, Dashan visited his father, King Dung, who was near death and wished for Dashan to inherit the throne. Initially reluctant, Dashan was swayed by the king's kind wisdom, accepting the request after contemplation. Meanwhile, the king's nephew plotted to steal the throne, but was quickly killed by a loyal general, with a swift slash to the throat. With this, tranquility was restored, and Dashan prepared to lead and protect his domain, ensuring the legacy of his father's reign was honored and continued. When the secret was revealed that Dashan, the king's son, was to inherit the throne, the news left everyone in disbelief. Yet having witnessed his courageous feats, they all pledged allegiance, vowing deeply to honor him. In his speech, Dashan emphasized that true peace and comfort in life require silencing the mockery of demons, which invigorated everyone's spirit. The following day, Dashan performed the somber duty of cremating his father by the serene lakeside, before he ventured deep into the forests, collaborating with fairy leaders for a united front. On a stormy night, they orchestrated a bold assault on the monster's fortress. With dawn barely breaking, Dashan, the wizard's wife, and the fairy leader aimed to capture the villain and the thief, but were confronted by perilous cliffs. The wizard, driven by determination, demonstrated an astounding stunt, reaching the stronghold across the cliff. The fairy, utilizing her unique skills, secured ropes onto opposite rocks, allowing Dashan to leap across. Unfortunately, the wizard was ambushed due to his age, losing his ability to fight. In his final moments, he used magic to summon his daughter for assistance. Before his end, he imparted all his wisdom to his daughter. Dashan, in pursuit to save his wife, delves into the dark wizard's mind. The dark wizard deemed Dashan insignificant, believing he could be dispatched as easily as an insect. Underestimating Dashan's valor, he was caught off guard. In a last-ditch effort, the wizard resorted to magic, ensnaring Dashan. Despite the efforts of his daughter, it seemed futile. At a pivotal moment, Dashan's wife, in a heroic act, pierced the wizard with a sword, saving Dashan. The wizard's defeat led to chaos among his minions, resulting in their retreat. Thus, Dashan ascended to the throne, cherishing a shamelessly joyous life with his wife.